Okay, so you know what? Whatever. Okay. Hi, Positive Readers. It's Positive Writer here today with another video, and today I'm going to be telling you the books that I read in December 2018. The year is over now. It is January 1st on the day that I'm making this, but we had a very successful reading month compared to the last two where I read one book and then two books. So that's tragic, and I'm here today to show you that I have changed, okay? So the books that I read this month, I read 10 books. 10 entire books. I've never read that many books in a month ever. And I got my freaking Goodreads goal of, how much was it? I got my Goodreads goal of 50 books this year, and I actually went over it because I forgot to add some books on Goodreads. But I'm so excited to say that because I've never gotten my Goodreads goal, so I'm gonna put it up this year. Because usually what I did was, even every year that I did not get it, I pushed it back. So like the first year I did it was like 100, didn't get that. I read like horribly. Then the next year I did 50 and I couldn't get 50 that year either, so I just kept doing 50. And this next year I get to put it up because I finished it. So we're excited. Anywho though, we're gonna get in the books that I read this year because I read some, this month, I keep saying that. But I read some good ones and some subpar ones and no bad ones, so that's good. We are changed, okay? I feel so good to be saying that I did not read any bad books. But anywho, let's get into this. The first book that I read this month was Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. It was a very, very good read. I really enjoyed it. At first I was annoyed with the romance because, YA authors are just so generic. But I really enjoyed the book. I have to say, it ended up ending really nicely, and I really liked it, That's just what I gotta say. Sorry if this isn't in focus or whatever, because it's on my phone, and my phone does not know what focus means. Anywho, next book I read was The Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir, which also annoyed me with the romance. I literally had to stop reading it and did not start again for a while because it annoyed me so much. But we're fine because the book ended up great, and I love the villain. I hate like every character in here except for the best friend to the main character, the ex-best friend to the main character, and then the villain. So I'm excited to see how the series goes, even though I think the villain's probably not going to end up alive. Love that for us. The next book I read this month was Marriage by Samaya Dud. And I really did not like this. I really did not like it. It was subpar, whatever. It wasn't anything, whatever. The next book I read was, Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart. I read We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, and I know her writing is great, and her books are great, despite how short they always are. And this one was great. It was kind of like, not even a thriller, it was kind of a mystery. It went back and forth between two timelines when it was like the present and then leading up to the present, so like by the end you knew the entire story, and it was really, really interesting. I needed a break from fantasy with all the genericism that I had been reading, so I really stand this book for being so great. The next one I read was The Wicked Deep by Shia Earnshaw, which ended up being like one of my top favorite books of last year because it was so freaking good. It literally was so beautiful to me. I ended up crying so many times. It was sad, but it was also bittersweet, so it was like not sad. It was really nice. I loved it so much. The next book I read was, I'm sorry I never talk about the books what the books are about. I apologize. But anyway, next book I read was Carols and Chaos by Cindy Yancey, which was okay. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed myself, but it wasn't like the best thing ever. The next book I read was Flawed by Cecilia Ahern, which was, I'm not hating on this one either. It was really good, and it was a dystopian, and I miss my dystopians. So I had to, read this, and it was really, really enjoyable. I really enjoyed it, had to say. The next book was The False Prince. I almost said The Cruel Prince, kill me. But anyway, The False Prince by Jennifer A. Nielsen, which I love to death. It's about a boy. This is the only one I want to tell you about because it's the most unique one. But it's about this boy who these people grab all these orphan boys, and basically they're going to make them into the prince, this imposter prince. And I just loved it so much. I don't have any fantasy books with boys as the main character, so we stand. The next book that I read was Everless by Sarah Holland, which I loved very much. Thank you so much, Tamika August. I love how it's not freaking focusing on the book that's beautiful. Like, what are you doing? Yes, I really, really enjoyed Everless. It was super, not like anything else I had ever read. I don't think. It was kind of like really weird. It was like about this, I'm gonna tell you what this one is about too, because a lot of the other ones have like plots. They're like ones in series. They have plots that are normalized, but this one isn't really normalized because her father's dying, and in this world they trade your time as like money. That's like a thing, and it's really, really great. I really enjoyed it simply because like, who has ever done that before? Like, this author snapped. The storyline and the plot and the characters snapped. I really did not know what to expect from this book. I thought I did, but then it just slapped me in the face. So we stand this book for just surprising me, you know, because I expected it to be like something I never read before, and it wasn't. The next book, last book I think that I read this month, was Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. Maria V. Snyder is one of my OG favorite authors. I was reading her books back before I even had a booktube channel in like 2015-14, and I loved the books that she had written before this. Well, not before this, but like the books that I read of hers before this one. But I know this is a fantasy. The other one was like a dystopian kind of. This is a fantasy, and I have been wanting to read it for a while, but like I never picked it up or whatever. But I finally picked it up, and it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. Like, I kind of flew through it. Like, it was really, really nice. And the plot is great. You know, it's not like the most unique thing ever. It kind of is, because I never read anything else like it. But whatever. The characters are great. This book, Maria. This book was written in like 2005, and some of these characters are so much better than the ones written in like 2018, 2000, whatever other these books were written in. Like, I don't know how this happened, but I'm so excited to continue the series. Also, I'm excited to continue The False Prince because it's a trilogy. So, we stand. Also, Dance of Thieves has a second book. It's a duology. So, we are excited. Also, Everlist has another book coming out that already came out and should be arriving by like January 3rd. So, we're excited to continue these series, y'all. But anyway, those were the books that I read in 2018 December, and I really enjoyed them all, except for maybe like Mirage. But it doesn't matter, because I read 10 books, and I finished my Goodreads goal, which has never happened before, and I'm so excited to continue with my reading and meet my next goal in 2019. Hope you had a good reading month last month. Yeah. I had a great year. Hope you had a good year too. I'll see you later with another video. Bye.